Zoho Invoice is a powerful invoicing system that makes it easy to make invoices, get paid, and track customers all in one place. Now, I'm Drew Brockbank, owner of Brockbank Consulting, an elite Zoho partner, and I've set up Zoho for over 141 organizations. And in this beginner's tutorial, I'll show you exactly how to get started with Zoho Invoice and use it according to best practices. To get started with Zoho Invoice, you can head on over to zoho.com/US/invoice, or if you're not in the US and you just want to look it up, just look up Zoho Invoice online, and you should end up on a page that looks like this. Now, once you fill out this form to start with Zoho Invoice for free, it's a free online invoicing software, you should end up on a page that looks like this one. I'm going to take you through each section, show you how to use this app according to best practices. And if you want to get the mobile app, you can search on your mobile device for Zoho Invoice, and you can download that too. So it's going to have you start with a getting started 3-step process where you choose how you want your invoices to look, choose how you want to receive payments. If you want to do an online gateway, like collecting information through Stripe so people can pay through the invoice, you can choose that too. Or if you just want to collect via cash, that works. Then you can select a different modules. A module is just a record type. So quotes is a different record type to invoice. We're going to talk more about these different record types in just a bit. Okay, so that's to get started. You're going to fill all that information out. Once you do that, we're going to head on down to customers. So customers are people that are going to pay for your stuff. So if you go over to create new, you've got businesses and individuals. So a business is an organization that you're selling to. So if you do B2B like I do, in my company, we set up Zoho systems for different companies. So we would select business for the name of the business that we're selling to, their company name, primary contact. Individual is a little different, right? We don't need their company name necessarily if we're selling to individuals. But I don't do B2C. If you do B2C, then you're going to want to add them as individuals. You can add people manually, just put in their information. Then if you're going to do businesses here, this is the primary person that you reach out to. But you're going to want to add contact persons as well. There's additional people that you want to track in that specific company. Okay, so that's one way to add customers is manually. You can also go here and then you can import them as well. So you can import customers and import contact persons. Those are contacts or people within the company that you've added to the customer section. You can export as well. There's lots of different options. Okay, so customers, you got to add people that you're going to sell to. Next, you got to add what you're selling. Okay, they got to buy something. What is that something? Go to plus new, you got goods and services, and you can just add what the good and service might be. And then you can add the selling price as well. If you want to add additional information to that, you can by going over to settings, and then you're going to see there's a lot of settings here. I don't want to overwhelm you, but you go to items, field customization, you can add more fields to collect more data. And then you'll notice it's not just for items. You can add additional fields for customers too. You can add additional fields here so that you can collect the information that you need. Now, once we've got items, things to sell, people might ask us, hey, I'm not ready to buy yet, but could you send me a quote? That just means a quote is how much something is going to cost if they approve it. And so if we want to go ahead and create a quote, we can select a customer, and then we select an item we want to sell, then how much of that item we're going to sell to them, what quantity, then we can save and send. So I'm going to take a quick step back with you right now. So we've gone over some of the basics of Zoho Invoice. We're going to continue with that, but I want to show you where this fits into the grand scheme of things. So Zoho sells many different kinds of software, okay, these different applications. And I'm not trying to overwhelm you. I'm trying to give you perspective here. There's two major sides to the business. There's the customer side, getting customers, selling to them. And there's employees, which is getting employees and training them so they can serve your customers. Now within the customer side, you're going to see Zoho Invoice here, and it doesn't do a whole lot. It's important and it's good to have, but Zoho Books can do much more. So if you're looking to expand your usage of Zoho, just know this is what it looks like. People usually graduate from Zoho Invoice into Zoho Books as a full accounting software. Then if you're selling physical items, maybe you'll want to use Zoho Inventory, things like that. The reason I wanted to show you this is as your organization becomes more advanced and as you grow, you need more record types to manage what's going on. So we'll keep it simple at first, but if you want to expand your usage of Zoho, there's probably an app to support you. So within quotes, we can create different quotes for the customers who want to see how much something's going to cost, and we can send it over to them. and then they can approve the quote. See, is awaiting your approval. Once a quote is approved, you turn it into an invoice. An invoice is how much the thing is going to cost. This is a record showing the commitment that a customer has to paying something. So you want to send the invoice over to them and make sure you select the right customer. And then I have the simplified view. You can hit the use simplified view if you want to close some of these extra fields that pop up. But once you select the item here and you send it over, and you can add a payment gateway. This just means that when they see the invoice, they're going to be able to pay through the invoice. They can hit pay now, and then they'll be able to put up their payment information. Or you can put I have received payment already. Once you do this, you can hit save and send. Oh, and then by the way, I'll show you this real quick. Set up payment gateway. You can choose if you want Stripe or if you want them to be able to pay through ACH through Stripe. Whatever you'd like to do, you can add. There's multiple payment gateways too, so you have different options, not just Stripe. But that's the preferred gateway there. Once you do that, you can go over to save and send, and we're going to resubmit this here. Perfect. I'll go over to save and send now, and you can see this invoice is ready to go. Once they see this, they'll be able to go to this link, and this is what they will see as an invoice. And since it's in a draft status, I can't send this because this is a demo, but they'll see the entire invoice right here, just the way that you configured it. And they can see other information related to that as well, which is really useful. So you can go over to send. This is going to say select the recipient email address. This is a demo. So I'm going to cancel that, but you can send it over, end up in their inbox, and they're going to see exactly this, and I'll mark it as sent. Okay, so then I can record the payment manually, or if I set up the payment gateway, once the payment comes in, it will mark this as from sent to paid. Okay, so that is very useful to be able to see that all in one place. You got some options here. If you want to resend the invoice again, if you want to share it with somebody, if you want to send a reminder, if you want the PDF of the actual invoice, you can do that and download it, which is nice. Then you can record the payment right here. You got sales receipts. You can send professional sales receipts if you'd like to. You got recurring invoices. So recurring invoices, hey, maybe every month or periodically you want to be able to send an invoice to somebody for a recurring service or order that they're going to place. Great. You can create it right here, select the address and send it out. When I say address, I'm talking email address here, like who you're going to send it out to. So that's recurring invoice that you can create. Payment link. So a payment link is you making it really easy for them. You're not even sending them the full invoice. You're just saying, hey, here's a link to pay for something. It's $200. Here's a description of what they're paying for, demo, and then you can generate the link, and then you can save and share. You've got to make sure you have a payment gateway in order to do that. This is a demo, so I can't. But you can generate a payment link. It's a link just like this. You send it to somebody and they can pay for it right from there, which is very useful. Payments received. Every time a payment comes in, whether you record it manually or it's coming in automatically from a payment gateway after someone pays, you're going to be able to see all those payments right here in one place. You got credit notes. So if someone has a return or they cancel an order, they get the credit and then they can either get a refund or apply it to other invoices. Expenses, if you want to track what you're paying for, you can track your expenses here. And then try Zoho has a expense app as well that you can check out. You got time tracking. So if you're tracking and billing through time and materials, you can create a project and then you can add the users that are on the project, the different tasks that you're going to bill to, the project, the customer name, billing method. We do something similar to this. We do it within Zoho projects though. So within here, we're using Zoho projects to track that. And we actually integrate with Zoho books. That's how we do it. We got reports here. So if you want to report on the information that you're collecting within the application, you can do that right here very easily to see, hey, what are the sales by customer? All this information you can see just out of the box very quickly. All these important financial reports, you can create them. And then you've got advanced billing. If you need to do subscription-based billing, you're going to want to check out Zoho Billing. It's really easy to use, very useful tool. And then you can configure what modules you want to show. If you don't need quotes, timesheets, sales receipts, great. Just uncheck these boxes. You won't see them on the sidebar there. Finally, you can go over to settings and you can configure or customize how you want the system to work. So you've got organization profile, all these different sections you can go in and further customize and configure for your organization. With that, that is a how to use Zoho Invoice according to best practices for beginners.